I was okay. I was okay. That's enough. Live to fight another day. Okay, that's enough of that. Live to fight another day. So today was my chest bench press support day. My heavy support stuff. So those of you who've looked at some of my most recent videos, I've kind of gone through my training a little bit. So I have three movement patterns that I use. I have a push day, I have a pull or hinge day, and then I have a kind of squat or leg day, whatever you want to call it. So today was my push day support. So for my push day, I break it into 3 separate workouts. Workout 1 is where I'm working up to a heavy set of 5, 3 or a double or a single on either the bench press, the incline press, or the shoulder press. Workout 2 is where I follow a sort of bodybuilding style workouts, much higher rep range, anywhere from around 10 to 30 rep range. I include techniques like continuous tension, drop sets, supersets, pre-exhausting, things like that. And then workout 3 is where I do exercises that I find are quite beneficial for my primary mover, in this instance, the bench press. So a couple of weeks ago, I worked up to 260 kilos for a paused double. And today I managed to get 260 kilos plus 16 kilos of chain for a paused single. So that worked quite well, and it was quite a good pause as well. I was quite pleased with it. I then did a back offset with 220 kilos plus chains for a pause set of 5, again, which I was quite pleased with. Technique wasn't too bad. I also did some standing Viking press, which I worked up to 160 kilos. So I'd got 820 plates on there for a set of, I think it was 10. Now, I can't honestly say that it was 160 kilos in hand. It didn't feel like 160 kilos in hand. It's very difficult to say because of the leverage of it. But I have the moment arm quite high. The lower you have it, the easier it is. So I had these sort of pivots relatively high. So I catch quite a lot of the weight. I don't know what it was, but I caught a decent amount of it in hand. Again, I'm just a lump in my back garden doing stuff I find quite beneficial and quite fun. I then went on to finish off with some close grip-ish bench press around shoulder width, maybe slightly closer, using the Swiss bar, which you can see behind me. Now, the Swiss bar I find is quite beneficial for the shoulders, just keeping them healthy, because you can't bench with a wide grip, you have to tuck your elbows in. I also find that, for me personally, with my dimensions, it really activates my triceps. And to be honest with you, after the paused bench press, coupled with the Viking press, I was tired. My pecs were tired, my front delts were tired, my triceps were tired. So I didn't need very much weight. When I say very much weight, I mean relative to me. So I had 100 kilos of bar weight, and I did actually add on a couple of extra chains. So what's that? 26 kilos, 36 kilos of chain. There you go. Maths. So yeah, so it's about 136 kilos, close grip on an incline, Swiss bar. Now the Swiss bar, I'm much weaker on the Swiss bar. I can move some okay weights, but comparable to my ordinary bench press, my Swiss bar is considerably lighter. I can maybe 240-ish. I can maybe get around 240 on it, and that's it's challenging. I don't know what it is with the way it tucks your elbows in. I'm sure some of you out there will no doubt be able to tell me the reasoning why, but I am just a lot weaker on it. So it's good to do stuff that you're not very good at. But as I said, I do find it's a bit more lenient on the old shoulder joints and the connective tissues. And us old boys, you know what it's like when you use a bit of weight consistently. You just have to be aware of keeping all that connective tissue and those joints and things relatively healthy. So this 3 workout pattern, I've said in previous videos, I find it is very good at preventing overuse injuries. It works quite well for me because I'm able to make progress in terms of my max weight in workout 1, in terms of my repetitions and whatever in workout 2, my bodybuilding workout, and in workout 3, again, I'm using speciality bars, or I'm doing more in the way of like pauses and things like that. So I'm able to make progress without using the same movement pattern and the same style over and over and over again. So even though I'm bench pressing, but bench pressing with a different tempo, bench pressing with pauses, bench pressing using accommodating resistance like the chains, all allows me to just simply make progress. So the concept of the chains is simply that it's called accommodating resistance. So basically, in a nutshell, as the weight goes down, as the chains go down, they begin to unload on the ground and they get a bit lighter. So it's a bit lighter at the bottom, and then as you come up, you get more and more chain off the ground and it gets heavier. It's as simple as that. So those of you who maybe know a little bit about powerlifting, there was an ingenious guy called Louis Simmons. He's passed away over the last few years, but he's the founder of Westside Barbell, and he was an absolute genius. And he'd come up with some really interesting concepts that a lot of your favourite powerlifters who are competing nowadays are more than likely using, and a lot of your favourite, I don't know, fitness influencers and strength athletes are probably using nowadays, come from a guy called Louis Simmons. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So guess what? We're up to 600 subs. 600 subs is ridiculous. So, and I know it might not sound a lot to some other people, but to me, 600 is a lot of people. I'm a teacher and I deliver assemblies to kids a lot, like hundreds of children. So I know what 600 people looks like. And that's a lot of people. So the idea of, 600 people from up and down the country and around the world tuning into this lump, sitting here in his back garden, lifting lumps of iron and talking far too much about lifting lumps of iron. It's very flattering. So thank you very, very, very much. It's genuinely really appreciated. And we've had so many new faces, so many new subs, but again, it's just attracting really cool guys. I'm having some really nice interactions, and I do always genuinely take my time to answer everyone. If I do miss you, I apologise. I know I saw someone commented on one of my shorts, and I'd missed it, and they commented like 8 days ago, and I only got back to them yesterday, in fact. And I felt really bad for not getting back to them, and I didn't want them to think I was like some jerk for not getting back to them. But, you miss them here and there. But I genuinely try and get back to everyone, and I answer whatever you ask me. So if you've got anything you want to know about, any questions about my training, any way I can maybe help you, because you guys know I've been around the block. I've got a few grey hairs. I'm a teacher, but I'm also a personal trainer. So I've trained a lot of people. So I might be able to point you in the right direction, give you a few ideas and things. So if you've got anything you're interested in, you're curious about in terms of my training, or how I can maybe help you with your training or whatever, message me and I'll do my best to either answer you there or maybe do a little video on it or something like that. So, cool. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I am hungry. It's been a long day. And I have to feed. See, I can't even speak now. And I have to feed myself because I am starving. Okay then, so As always, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. You guys take care, and I will speak to you soon.